always.
9:53 on 102.7 Mom FM. Joining us in the studio again, Andrew Skinner, the Executive Director of the Ludington Area Center for the Arts. Andrew, good morning to you.
Good morning to you. How are you today?
I'm doing okay. And also in the studio with us, Katie Provenzano. Katie, good morning to you, and thanks for coming in.
Good morning.
Event coordinator there. Is that your official title?
Programming coordinator.
There you go. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. And that's what we're going to be talking about over the next couple of minutes with the two of you in the studio. The first thing I would love to be able to talk about, and I know you've had a lot of buzz about this, and you have 100 spots for this, right? That for the silent disco that's coming up this Saturday, right?
This Saturday evening, yeah.
Okay, and so what is the vibe like for this one?
So the silent disco is essentially a dance party with no amplified music. All of our guests will be wearing Bluetooth headphones, and they get to choose from 3 channels of music that they would like to listen to. So we have themed channels. We have a 80s dance party channel. We have a 2000 to 2010 club hits. So all that stuff that you like to listen to, Chris, when you go out to the club, all that music. And then we have, for the real hardcore people, the deep house channel as well. So attendees can come in, they can listen to their headphones and choose which channel they want, and they can switch throughout the night. They can switch during songs. They can also control their own volume as well.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I hear that you guys have selected your own music for this too, Katie, right?
So the 80s playlist was hand selected.
Okay.
So we're really excited to be able to, my husband helped pick out some of those songs. We've been listening to them at home. They're hard not to sing along to.
That's cool.
And then the other ones are playlists. So we didn't hand select, but they're going to be really fun.
All right. Do you see people like dancing into themselves? I mean, obviously somebody's been dancing one way to this particular song, and if they're on a different channel, a totally different way. I think that makes it kind of fun, though, right?
That's the beauty of the whole thing, I think, is seeing these group of people, essentially 3 different groups of people dancing to different music and different beats and all that stuff, and it'll look a little bit weird. And I'm also excited for the brave souls that, when you find that song that, just hits you the right way and you start belting out those lyrics. Usually when you're at the concert, you have the amplified music to cover that up and make you sound kind of good.
Oh my gosh.
That's not going to happen. So I might be just having my headphones off and just listening to all of the great singers that we have coming in.
There's an animal noise ordinance in this town, right? Or they're working on that. So
well,
I know. If I was there, I'm not picking on you because you're probably a good singer.
I probably am.
See,
I'm a good singer when you turn the music up really loud and you can't actually hear me.
Yeah.
But as my wife says, I can never remember any of the words.
Okay.
So that's always a problem. But I'm pretty good at making them up as well.
I think that's cool. All right. And there's a fee for this. Katie, let's talk about the cost, all that good stuff. What can we do? Or is it completely booked yet or not?
It's not booked. There's still tickets available. Part of the reason we went with playlists was to be able to keep the cost down. So it's a pretty affordable evening out. It's $15 in advance and $20 at the door.
All right. And they can do that right on the website, reserve a spot. Is that correct?
Yep. Website will take you to a link on Eventbrite, or you can come into the Art Center during our business hours and purchase a ticket right there. And then do a little shopping at our art shop.
That's pretty cool. All right, so let's do this. Let's bring it full circle. Tell us how, when you envision this as part of the Ludington Area Center for the Arts, the art side of it, what's the tie-in, if you don't mind? Katie, we'll start with you.
It's music and movement. Those are elements that we've really tried to increase at the Art Center this year. We've brought in a lot of other types of movement classes. They're a way to, it is an art form to be able to dance, but it's also important that we are a center and that we're connected in a community. And so this event is to try to get all kinds of our community members together and socialize and be able to talk and dance.
All right. Sounds good. We're talking, if you're just joining us here, both on air or streaming live at our Facebook page or YouTube channel too. We're talking with Katie Provenzano, the program coordinator for the Ludington Area Center for the Arts, and as well, Andrew Skinner, executive director. Let's talk about any exhibits that are happening. I noticed last Friday you had the what's it called? For the opening of the exhibit.
That's 2 weeks ago.
Yep. Okay, 2 weeks. Man, time flies.
Time is flying. Yeah, this exhibit is nearing its end. Right now in the main gallery, we have Dickinson and Carter, which is an exhibit of oil paintings by Grayling area artist Terry Dickinson and acrylic paintings by Ludington area artist Laura Carter. And then up in our performance hall lobby gallery, we have an exhibit by area photographer Erin Skoltons of her photographs from her time in Jamaica.
Oh yeah, we talked about that as part of Talk of the Town.
Yeah.
And how's that going over? What's some of the feedback that you're getting from it?
Amazing photos by Erin. Lots of people checking those out and really kind of getting her photos are kind of the real side of Jamaica, not necessarily the resort side. Mm-hmm. She has a place there in Jamaica that her family travels to occasionally, and she has built a relationship with the people in this small town in Jamaica that she goes to. So it's kind of when you go to a resort in Jamaica, you're essentially just in that resort and you don't experience the real lay of the land. So these are, she's going out and mingling with the people and forming these relationships. And they're just like candid photographs that you would have of kind of like your family members, playing or cooking food and stuff like that. So it's really kind of a documentary feel to it, but they're really cool photographs.
And how long is that up for?
That is up through the 25th, I believe, is the last Saturday of February.
All right. Make sure.
But then coming up in March, we have our very first nationally juried exhibit coming to our performance hall, or our main gallery, excuse me. And it's called Celebrating the Sacred Feminine.
Okay.
And we had 99 artists enter 176 pieces of artwork from California through to New York, across the country, and then even one from Canada.
Okay.
And then we had a jury look over all the artwork, and we selected about 60 pieces. So we're in the process of getting all those pieces shipped here, and we'll be displaying those throughout the month of March. And then we'll also have a few additional events to coincide with that exhibit. We'll have a labyrinth installed on the floor in the performance hall that people can kind of walk around and walk through the labyrinth and make their way. We'll have a drum circle to do with the equinox coming up in March as well, and then a closing ceremony with the Dancers of Peace.
Very cool. All right, well planned out.
Yeah.
Katie, when you talk about and plan these events with the team there at LACA, what do you want the community to pull from in this particular one in March?
This, like Andy said, this is the first time we've done an international call for art. Mm-hmm. And so that alone makes this a really cool event to be able to bring. There's still some of our local artists will be featured in it, but to be able to have a wide range of art and to be able to have it juried and picked is exciting. Mm-hmm. The group that's been working on this, they're very focused and energetic, and it's bringing a whole nother energy to our gallery. So I think this is something that you'll see. I think Andy's talked about wanting to do it at least once a year. Okay,
cool. All right, let's talk more about it as we get closer to the month of March. Katie, let's talk about some of the workshops that are on the horizon here that people might want to take part in.
Yep. So starting next week, Leslie Cannon is going to be doing a Tai Chai workshop at the Art Center. That's the first time we've had Leslie come to teach, and he's doing a 6-week program. It starts next Tuesday. It'll skip spring break, but it'll be 6 weeks to be able to build and learn the routine that he's going to teach. And it's for beginners in all levels, even middle school, high school, if they're interested, can participate. I'm excited to be able to see, how this affects people who take the class. It's supposed to be similar to yoga as far as you're in the moment and you're concentrating on breathing and the position of your body. So it'll be interesting to hear back from students how they feel about it.
All right. Looking forward to that. What else is in store?
We're trying something new. We're going to be doing a virtual painting class with Marie Marfia. Her medium is soft pastels. And one of the reasons she wanted to try to do a virtual class is that this time of year, we have a lot of our community that traveling in the dark or at night, in the cold, is not enjoyable. And so to be able to reach additional community members, additional students in a different format. So you're going to be able to paint from the comfort of your home.
That's cool.
Students are responsible for getting their own supplies. They don't have to do soft pastels if they have another medium that they'd rather try, but we'll all paint together. So we're going to set up sort of a multi-camera setup to be able to showcase Marie's both close up and for her to be able to communicate with her students. So it's the first time we've tried this particular class virtually, and I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, sounds exciting. And as we get closer to spring and summer, do you see that the classes will pick up? What's the visitors like to LACA when we have the tourists that come in? So obviously there's that. But do things pick up towards the springtime? Does it become a slower time during the summer? What is that like at LACA?
Our workshops are actually pretty full right now. It's just about being able to extend and reach all of our students. So a lot of our classes are in the evening, and we want to be able to, for those who work, that works really great, but for others that might not be the time that they want to be traveling. And so we're just trying to give lots of options. We still have a lot of people coming in to do our workshops. I would say that most of our workshops are participated by locals even in the summertime.
Very
so
cool.
we have a really strong community of students that are interested in trying new things and expanding their own skills and knowledge.
All right. Are you, Andrew, is that still out there, the box with the little people and everything like that?
It is, but it's been damaged by Mother Nature.
Okay.
She blew off the door
Oh,
earlier
geez.
this winter. So I have a gentleman from down in the Pentwater Artisan Center who's going to be fixing it, and he's waiting on me to remove the main structure so I can take that down to him to fix that up. But it will be back hopefully this spring.
Cool.
And have some new tiny art. I have to find a new Howard and Isabel broke up.
Oh, because Howard got stolen.
Got abducted, yes. So Isabel is still there. So, she's on the market. She's looking for a new fling. So we'll see if she finds somebody new for this spring.
And Ludington Police don't have any leads at all?
No leads. It's cold case.
Sorry. I know.
Any tips out there, give us a call.
That's right. But that is the kind of neat things that people can see at LACA from the exhibits that are there. Obviously, the workshops. Katie, there's a lot of effort that goes into those workshops. And tell us one more that's on the horizon that people can interact with.
So another Marie Bennett is going to be doing a glassware painting class. She's out in Custer, and she's going to come and bring her workshop to Ludington. So during the workshop, you get to paint 2 glassware. You can either paint, she's got glass mugs like you would have maybe like a root beer float in, that kind of a mug. Or you can bring, if you want to do wine glasses, you can bring your own wine glasses to be able to paint those, because there's just so many to choose from.
Yeah.
But she's going to teach a single brush technique, and we're looking forward to having her on March 8th.
All right. And Katie, I didn't ask this question to you last time, but how long have you been with LACA now?
I think I started in July.
Okay.
Is that right? Yeah.
And
I love it.
Observations so far? Obviously you love it because you mentioned it, but what's the biggest thing you pull out of it?
I like that there's a lot of room to be able to change, adjust, try new things. We're in a place where let's try and then let's assess and either keep going in that direction or pivot. And I enjoy that aspect of my job a lot, that we're able to take some risks and try things, and a lot of them have been successful. So it's paid off to be able to do those, to be able to be a little risky and try something that we haven't tried before.
And and you don't know until you drive, obviously.
100%. Yeah.
Andrew, same thing for you. And I don't think I've ever asked this question to you, but you've been at LACA for how long now?
About 6 or 7 years. Yeah.
Biggest changes you've seen that either relate to the community or connect with the community?
Hiring Katie was a big step for us. Having a person that's dedicated to coming up and working with our artists for programs and stuff like that. That's a big step for us, growing for however long we've been. The Art Center's been there since 2008, and going from part-time employees to full-time executive director, and then hiring a whole new position for us is a great step, and shows that our community supports us and values what we're doing. Cool. And the changes to our facility that we've done major renovations over the last few years to our main gallery, our performance hall lobby gallery, our performance hall. All kinds of stuff. We're working right now on fixing up some of our classroom spaces, new tables and stuff like that. So we're constantly working to improve the Art Center, and it's a process when you have a 120-some-year-old building. You got to work around a lot of stuff, but we're working on that and looking forward to the future and enjoying coming up with new and creative ways of sharing the arts with our community.
All right. And the store, is it open? Well,
the
it's
store
open.
is open, yes.
Is it completely renovated and looks different now? Or
It
no?
totally looks different.
Cool.
If you walked in, you would think it was like a boutique store compared to what it was. Patty Higginbotham, our office manager and art shop manager, did an amazing job on that. I couldn't be more excited. Sales have been way up in the last 2 weeks since it's been open. So that's great. She's got a bunch of new artists in there and plans to regularly rotate the things. If you asked her, she would probably say that it's not done yet, because she's constantly working on little things that you probably wouldn't necessarily notice, but she's, working on these little projects with the art shop. So we'll have a grand opening celebration on March 3rd and 4th. For the art shop. But,
all right.
Yeah.
We'll look forward to that. All right. Katie, all the events and workshops and all that good stuff we talked about today, that can be found where?
On our website. So ludingtonartscenter.org.
Okay, cool. And then Andrew, the hours people can visit Ludington.
Yeah. So we are open Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 11 to 4. And Wednesdays 11 to 6, and Saturdays 11 to 2, and then obviously we're open when we have other events into the evening. Oh, I forgot to mention today we're having our very first monthly film critique group meeting. Okay. So they'll be coming. We have a group of people come in. It's free to the public. Anybody can come in. 6:00. We're going to be watching 2 of the films from a previous screening of the Manhattan Short Film Festival. And then we'll watch. Those films are usually no more than 20 minutes in length. We'll watch one, and then we'll kind of have a group discussion about it, the themes, how it was filmed, and all that stuff. And then we'll watch another short one and have another conversation. And we're going to do that on the 3rd Wednesday of every month, February, March, and April. Then we're going to take the rest of the spring and the summer off, and then start it back up in the fall.
Okay, sounds good. All right, we'll keep track of that and ask you the next time you're in how it went. How's that?
Oh, that sounds great.
All right. Andrew Skinner, the Executive Director of the Ludington Area Center for the Arts. Katie Provenzano, the Program Coordinator for LACA as well. Thanks for coming in this morning. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
You got it. It's 10:12 here on Mom FM. John Tesh coming up next. Stay tuned for it. And don't forget, coming up at noon today, speaking of the 80s and 90s, we are counting down from the top 10 songs of this week in 1987. So check it out. And maybe it's one that's on your list. Maybe it's not. But can't wait to the silent disco. You guys are really putting something cool in the hands of everybody with those headphones and dance and all the good stuff. So thank you for coming in this morning. 10:12 here on Mom FM.
Thanks for making us number one. I'm proud to be awarded the